She's alive. Alive!
Mustn't be much of a critic.
Why?
Because apparently I was wrong.
You can have an opinion. Your own opinions aren't wrong unless your opinions hurt others.
No. I agree. I didn't like the Scream movie, but obviously money fucking talks here, right? 1 billion box office worldwide is what I read this morning. That's a week in. So, I mean, obviously the majority of ye like this movie.
But I think that people also liked the past movies enough to want to go see Screaming.
But see, I thought it was going to be different. I thought, because to me, it feels like the third time they've stuffed nostalgia at us. Do you know what I mean? I mean, everyone's going on about how nostalgic this one is. How much, because the playback, obviously you have the callbacks to all the music, all the different set pieces that were in the original, like fucking Billy coming through the window and all this kind of shit.
And the end music.
And a lot of the Sydney operatic music playing in the background a lot. And I get that, but then again, people bitch and moan that basically people's praising of this movie is everything they bitched and moan about in 5 and 6. They're like, it was too nostalgic. They were leaning too heavily on nostalgia using Dewey and Gale and Sydney. And then 6 doesn't even have Sydney, but look at all the stuff they have as a Ghostface shrine. Too much nostalgia. Now Sydney's back. It's like, I love the nostalgia. But again, I'm man enough to admit, if you're going off of the public's reaction, people like this movie. And that's fine, because movies are subjective. You're allowed to love and hate different movies from everybody else.
Exactly.
I personally think Scream 3 was a parody of its fucking self.
But I
a lot of
enjoyed
people fucking love Scream 3.
I enjoy Scream 3.
I love Scream 4, 5, and 6. A lot of people hate 4, 5, and 6.
Love 4.
So,
4 is one of my favourites.
I mean, me too. It would ranks in my top 3, definitely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's different for everybody. But I think maybe it was my own guilt that kind of took me out of the fucking love of movie. I went in there expecting something supremely epic to match me
letting go of your morals.
Go of some principles and morals by paying to go and see it, right?
Yeah.
And maybe I left myself down, and that's why I felt so angry leaving the fucking cinema. I was like, I wasn't fulfilled by this movie, and I let myself down by paying for this movie to begin with. So now I've kind of double fucked myself, and that's why I feel so bad leaving this movie. But again, the general feeling is that everybody fucking loves it. I still think the ending is, I think in general, I've watched it 3 times, so it's not unwatchable.
It's fine though up until the ending.
It's rewatchable.
Yeah.
Once you understand what's going on, it's even more rewatchable. But again, the ending leads me to the same fucking place as these people were unknowns with minimal screen time, minimal backstory, really just cogs in the to move the story forward in little areas here and there.
Yeah.
I mean, Anna Camp, that's her name, isn't it, in real life?
Yeah.
She has 2 scenes that I can remember before the reveal.
Yeah.
The coffee shop, where her first scene where I turned to you and said she's one of the killers.
Then outside the house.
And then outside the house after the first killer is unmasked, right? Who is also an unknown. But I thought that was there necessarily. No, again, this is Scream and anything could fucking happen. And look, at the end of the day, people who think that people who gave it bad reviews or people who didn't like the movie are sitting here hoping for it to do badly. I'm delighted it did a billion, because that means they're going to do another one. And yeah, that might mean that I have to drop my morals again and drop my and kind of shit myself a little bit again to go fucking see it. But for me, see, it's weird because it's this moral dilemma of, because of my age, Scream is my first horror. Do you know what I mean?
Scream would have probably been my first horror as well.
But that's what I'm saying. Because of our age, it was the most popular thing. I mean, for people in the 70s, it was The Exorcist or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. In the 80s, it was Michael, Freddy, Jason. In the 90s, for us, it was fucking Scream and the revival of the slashers through I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legends, stuff like that. And then, so whenever a new Scream comes, we're obviously going to go running to see it and hope for the same feeling we got from that first one.
But I didn't get the same feeling, and that's because in 5 of the 6 preceding movies, even though they are killers, you have a soft spot nearly for every killer in every movie. I don't have a soft spot for either of those two.
Because you don't know anything
Because
about
I don't know
them.
anything about them. I'd love to see Stu
They have
back.
no
I'd love to see
connection.
Jill. Do you know that kind of way?
No.
It's
That's what pisses. That's another. No, that's not what pisses me off. But this is another fucking weird thing. Obviously, then you have the there is a bit of a backlash. There are an amount of fans. There is a decent portion of fans like us who are kind of left feeling a bit flat after the movie, right? And I still think that when all this kind of evens out, like to be honest with you, I thought that after the first few days, the box office would drop off. Because it would do well in the opening weekend because of it being Scream, and they've Campbell back and the hints of Stu Macher, and then people will go see it and word of mouth would take over and suddenly the numbers would start to fall. But that hasn't happened, and a lot of people on our Instagram, a lot of people who follow us on Instagram, we follow them on Instagram. A lot of my Instagram feed are people going back to the cinema 3, 4, 5 times, to see this movie. So. There is, and maybe it's a contingent of fans who are just like, I will not fucking let my film die, and that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's like what I said about Star Wars. It was like I left The Rise of Skywalker trying to explain it to everybody else so that nobody else would shit in it, because I didn't want people to shit in my favorite fucking franchise. But at the end of the day, in retrospect, I have to admit that The Rise of Skywalker was jam-packed with a lot of fucking narrative that didn't need to be there, a lot of glitchiness. Princess Leia looks weak in it, Princess Leia in The Rise of Skywalker reminds me of the episode where they killed Chef off in fucking South Park.
Yeah.
Where her dialogue is so fucking obviously reused input, her movements, her facial expressions, all that shit. The Emperor coming back was a rush
Star
job.
Wars, because was it Peter Cushing? No, the general that they and
yeah, Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing, yeah, and I was kind of looking at it, and I didn't click that he was CGI for
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, Grand Moff Tarkin for a good while until I realized that Peter Cushing had been dead for a long, long time, and then the two of us were
didn't click.
oh my god!
I didn't click. The whole movie, Rogue One, the two of us are looking at it like, God, he looks really weird, but they got a really good actor to take his place. Yeah. And then next thing, there was that Princess Leia scene at the very end, and I was like, well, she's been CGI to look younger, and I was like,
but that's what I mean.
Fuck.
You could tell straight away that Leia was CGI, but I couldn't tell straight away that Cushing was.
Because you weren't looking for it. We both knew something was wrong, but we couldn't figure out what was wrong.
I was still very impressed with them.
Yeah, but the thing about it then is you have a lot of things coming out after the movie from the cast and crew, which confuses stuff even fucking more going forward. Because we got Matthew Lillard still running around the place screaming, I'm
so
alive!
Happy to
I'm
be
alive! Fucking, he could do, at this point, he could do all the promotion for our show with the amount of times he said Stu Macher is alive.
But did he think that maybe there was the other ending was coming?
Well, this is the thing. This is what he's saying now.
Okay.
He's saying now that they have basically set up the idea that he could still come back. So maybe 8, maybe 9, maybe 10, we'll eventually get Stu Macher. On the other hand, correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. People out there might be able to tell me if I'm wrong. But I always thought the Nerdist was a fairly reliable news source when it comes to movies and games and stuff like that. Yeah. It looks the part. So I assume that the material that they are printing is fairly well sourced. Yeah. So they had an article up from Kevin Williamson who stated that there was 2 endings shot. One that we saw and one with Stu Macher alive and well, revealed as Ghostface.
That a focus group got.
Focus group were showing both endings. They shit all over the ending with Stu Macher and said that it was ridiculous that a character could go missing for 30 years, not get recognized by anybody, and then show up and start torturing Sydney again. But as you and me talked about earlier, if we're going down that road, then why didn't Gail Weathers, fucking plancha, why did Gail Weathers not fucking realize she was talking to Billy Loomis's mother after writing a book about the Ghostface killings?
No, I agree with you.
Did everybody happened to be around Richie Kirsch's whole family without ever realizing any of them were related. Surely, I mean, whenever there is a serial killing, the first one, I mean, fucking hell, let's just go with reality. Fucking the Long Island serial killer.
Yeah.
His whole family are in a documentary after the fucking
But
capture
there's
and
that.
before his conviction.
But have any of the focus group not like rooted themselves in real life? This shit happens, and exactly that shit that you know, people going missing
Right.
for.
Explain to me when this has ever happened.
Oh my
in real
God.
life.
Last week, a woman went missing in the 80s in America, and she was shopping. She left her 2 kids and all. She turned up alive and well in a completely different state since the 80s last week. Or was it the week before?
I suppose
Do you know
if
what I
you look
mean?
at the toolbox
And that would have
murders,
coincided perfectly with the release of Scream. So if anybody was like, this is unbelievable, it'd be like, there's today's head newspaper.
Was it the
Do you know what I mean?
toolbox murders or the toolbox?
How many people have faked their own deaths and turned up decades later? Do you know, it happens.
But like I said, there was this guy. I can't remember the toolbox killings, toolbox murder. He basically had a fucking saw-like fucking surgical room where he did. What's it?
David Parker.
That's it. David
Okay.
Parker. He used to drug. He used to kill all of his victims. He'd sexually abuse them and torture them and stuff like that, and record it and so that. And sometimes he'd let them go, but he'd drug them so heavily first that they couldn't remember the past few hours. And it was one woman who only found out she was a victim of David Parker's after the police went through all of his video footage that he had kept for his own wank bank.
Mm-hmm.
And they spotted the tattoo, linked the tattoo back to her, and then went to her and said, here, this is a video showing you were a fucking victim of David Parker.
Yeah.
She's like, what? David Parker Ray is his name, isn't it? Because I'm almost certain that...
David Parker Ray.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
yeah.
Because I just don't know, because he used to always pop into my head because of Charles Lee Ray.
He started in the 1950s. Holy fuck.
His daughter was involved. It's really fucking messy. His daughter's out in the loose now. She's free to do what she wants. He died in prison.
There's 2 movies, is there? 1978, 2004?
I'm not sure I want to see that movie.
No.
This man used to, and this is the thing, this is where it gets really fucked up. He used to have people over, and they used to watch his sex slave get fucked by his German shepherds.
But if we were to believe that documentary about
No, they're all
Hefner,
methods.
that happened as well.
Huh?
I said if we were to believe that documentary about Hefner, it was implied that
Right.
happened there. So some things like that don't really shock me anymore.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is no one ever fucking
Oh,
outed him.
no one ever
You know,
outed him. Yeah, no, that
sex
is a
slave.
disgrace.
So, but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
general consensus is they were all meth heads, so it's hard to fucking tell.
Oh.
But besides the trying to root it in reality, my point was actually the complete opposite. It was
Sorry.
like, why would you root it in reality when, if we're going to root things in reality, then there's an awful lot of threads along the way that we can start fucking pulling from
No,
1 to 6. you know?
Definitely. But if people want to start pulling it apart because these things wouldn't happen in reality if there's that outlook on it, but these things do happen in reality as well.
But it does leave the future open for anything could fucking come down the pipeline now, because you got fucking Matthew Lillard saying he's still alive, and on the other hand, you have fucking Kevin Williamson, who wrote the last one, who directed the last one, who wrote the first, second, and fourth. I think he wrote the fourth. I can't be 100% sure about that, but I'm almost certain he wrote it. He didn't write the third one, which sucked. The movie, not that he didn't write it. It wouldn't suck that he didn't write it either. He didn't write 5 and 6.
No.
And he was back involved writing, but he was sharing the writing credits with Guy Busick, who wrote 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't know. But the beautiful thing about this is it's done so well that we get to find out.
Exactly.
We get to find out what happens next. And
Yes.
we just have to wait and see what comes down the pipeline next. How are they going to make this original again? Because that's where I feel the biggest issue is right now, is they're starting to happen so close together. There's no more big long gaps to leave for nostalgia breaks. We are now hitting them like one every couple of years, which means it's time to evolve or fuck off again for a decade.
Yes.
One of the two. So we're just going to have to wait and see. I think the big answer will be when they write and release 8, how well that does in the cinema.
Yeah.
Because 7 has now done well enough that 8 is a guarantee.
Oh, definitely.
Spyglass aren't going to leave the
No.
Zionists aren't going to leave that missile money on the fucking table, Amy.
It's a bit racist.
No, it's not. Zionists suck, and they can fucking kiss my fucking
I thought you were
big
getting at the money
fucking
thing. Sorry.
Oh no, I just meant I said missile money. I said
Oh,
missile money.
sorry. I didn't know. I missed the missile
You're the
part.
racist. What I am looking forward to do, though, and what I want to talk about this week before we get into the news is Dolly. Holy shit. I watched the trailer for that. Number one, it has Stifler in it, so I'm sold.
Mhm.
Sean William Scott is in this movie.
Last in the Righteous Gemstones. He was brilliant
Yep.
for that.
Yep. And he played a bit of a lunatic in that
He
as
did.
well,
He was
which
fantastic.
is
Yeah.
beautiful. The trailer is fucking great. I watched the short. Short is only 3 minutes
Oh,
and 50
cool.
seconds.
Let's watch that. Is he in
It's
that as
just
well?
No, it was it's been reframed as another trailer, but the mask is different, the hair is different, but I suppose the general idea of what the movie is going to be is there. So essentially, a young woman is abducted by a monstrous figure intent on raising her as her own child. So the short ends, it's really creepy, with her sitting there in a field, like the Dolly sitting in the field, with the grown adult, and it's the same actor, so it's definitely the same character that's going to be in both. She's sitting there feeding her from a bottle. The milk looks rancid, and she's just kind of fucking rocking there, singing humming a lullaby as she's feeding her, and she's all swaddled up and stuff like that. Every review, from Roger Ebert all the way down to all the other ones, all the fucking horror fucking news agents and all this, everybody is saying this is the most fucked up, scariest thing since the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It's funny considering that both Stifler's mom and Ethan Suplee are in it.
What?
Yeah. There he is. And I find them two very funny people.
Where are you seeing Stifler's mom?
Not Stifler's mom. Sorry, Stifler.
Okay,
That
I was
confused
like,
me
what
for a
the
minute. Oh my
fuck?
God. If Jennifer Coolidge was in that movie, we'd be pre-booking tickets.
I thought-
fucking love
No,
her.
we wouldn't, because they're not showing it in our cinema in
No?
our area. No.
Where are
This
they
is an
showing
indie
it?
movie. This is getting a small release,
Oh, I didn't know that.
unfortunately.
Well,
Much
you got
like the
two very
Texas
funny
Chainsaw
people in it.
Massacre.
Yeah.
But, well, eating souffle.
Well, what about him? Don't.
Scientologist. Yeah.
Thanks for that nugget of information.
Anyways, we're not going to worry about that
No.
too much, because hopefully we'll watch him get killed and it'll be fun. And what's her name again? Not Vladimir. Max the Impaler. She's a professional wrestler.
She
She
is.
will be inside the Dolly suit. And Dolly looks scary. It
So does
looks
Max the Impaler.
genuinely fucking scary. I cannot wait to watch this fucking movie. It's going to be a while. I don't know when we're going to get our hands on it.
She's also in Slaughter Camp Swine Lake. Wouldn't mind watching that.
Yeah, her IMDb doesn't actually hold a lot of because
Oh, that's her.
generally when you go to a wrestler's IMDb credit, it will have all the wrestling pay-per-views and shows they've been on, and hers doesn't. Hers
No.
is specifically just a handful of acting roles.
Yeah.
Well, I looked up pictures of her, and she has definitely wrestled. I've never seen her.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's her. That's a wrestler right there.
Yeah, I've never seen her wrestle.
No.
But that's coming out today, along with The Bride, which should be also.
I'm so looking
awesome.
forward to The Bride.
So but yeah, I really need to see Dolly. It's like ever since I've seen the trailer, I need to see this. Not even a want, no, it's just a fucking I need to fucking see this
Alright,
movie. I can't
okay.
wait any longer. I this is something this feels like, especially for someone who has been completely absorbed by Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the last fucking
Month?
For ye, it's only been 3 weeks. For me, it's been
2 weeks?
months
2
of
months? 3 months?
reading and writing and watching and sucking all this in. I've watched more documentaries. I know more about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre than I know about any other movie in the fucking world.
And
at
now
this
you
point.
get to take your mind off it with Dolly and The Bride.
But see, that's the thing. I love Texas Chainsaw so much. It doesn't bother me. I like knowing all. I'll
Nah,
watch him
nah,
again. You know, I like throw it on. Let's do this. Yeah. We just gotta hang tough a little bit until we can get our hands on a digital release copy of this, but because it's just not in our area anywhere. It's not in Clarny, it's not in Tralee, it's not anywhere.
Well, hopefully, because Cillian Murphy's such like an amazing actor. He's done a lot of indie movies. They got the green light for this week for their cinema in Dingle. So it'd be class if he started
I'm
showing.
aware of that, but we could just. That's to say, I mean, us driving from here to Dingle to watch a movie is the same as us driving from here to Limerick City to watch a fucking movie, or here to
but
Cork
Dingle's
City to
more
watch a movie.
scenic.
Oh, but it's still a
And
distance.
it's Cillian fucking Murphy's cinema.
But the point is, it's still a distance. It's not like a fucking just down the road. It's not like it's the next
It's a
town
40-minute bus ride that way.
My balls, it is.
I need to go this.
I used to go out with someone out there. I know how long that fucking drive is.
Excuse me?
It's a bitch of a drive.
All right, it's an hour. I was 20 minutes off. Okay, same as Limerick. Ish.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
Harkin's better.
Dolly and the bride are coming this week, so we got a good week of horror on its way. Dolly looks like it is nightmare fuel, but we'll see when we get it. It certainly is giving off early Texas Chainsaw vibes, and people are comparing the main bad guy
To Leatherface.
in a huge
Just
way.
prettier.
But the short and the trailer lead me to believe that we are in for quite a ride.
Class.
So on to news. You like this?
Yay.
Luigi is going to be in The Exorcist. John
I love
Leguizamo. The original Luigi from the original Super Mario live action movie that everybody hates. I don't hate it.
See, I remember him as Toulouse-Lautrec. And he was also brilliant in The Menu.
He's in Shrek.
No, Toulouse-Lautrec. He played Toulouse-Lautrec
I
in
thought you said Toulouse in Shrek. I was like, who the fuck is that?
In Moulin Rouge, he plays like a really small painter. Really, really small.
I know him from multiple things because that cunt turns up everywhere.
Everywhere.
He is in
Those are the standout roles
Land
for me,
of the
though.
Living Dead.
Yeah.
He is in the comic book guy, Spawn.
Oh, he is.
He's the clown whose name I can never fucking remember, but it's a cool name. The what's the clown's name? Shit! That pisses me off every time. You got it?
Spawn.
Oh, doesn't matter.
Clown.
The Violator.
The Violator.
Got it before
There
you got it.
go.
Yes, the Violator.
All right. He's in
Yeah.
Summer of Sam as well. We got to watch that. Romeo and Juliet. He's Tybalt in Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. Forgot that. He's done an amazing role. Like.
Oh, I love John Leguizamo. He's a fucking great actor. Kick-ass.
Kick-ass.
Brilliant in Kick-Ass. So I'm looking forward to that. The new chapter of the Exorcist franchise is currently in production and casting continues to grow. Actor John Leguizamo has officially joined the film, which is being written and directed by horror filmmaker Mike Flanagan. While details about his role are still under wraps, early reports suggest Leguizamo may be playing one of the film's antagonists, adding another ominous presence to the story. So is he going to be a demon or is he going to be a angry priest or what's the story?
He
here?
strikes me as an angry priest. That's the way I pictured him.
Well, see, you're playing up off of the old Latino side there as well, isn't it?
I'm almost certain I can see him in a priest costume in some movie. Have we seen Violent Night?
What, the one with David Harbour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't I remember it? He was Scrooge in that.
What?
Scrooge.
Oh, he was the bad guy. As in, like, the nicknames.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So this upcoming film marks Flanagan's major entry into the legendary Possession franchise, known for projects like Dr. Sleep, Haunted on Hill House, Midnight Mass. We've done all this part of the story multiple times on this show.
Everybody know what
over
Flanagan
and
has
over
done.
again because we keep giving updates. This is an update. This is going to be a star-studded event, though. We have Scarlett Johansson now in the fucking mix. Lawrence Fishburne, guy whose name I can't pronounce, but I recognize from everything.
Chiwetel?
I'm not even going to try. But as soon as I looked him up, I was like, yep, know him.
Oh, I know him from everything. He's in 13 Years a Slave. Oh, have you seen that?
That's still not going to make his name any easier to pronounce. Also, you have Supergirl, the ex-Supergirl, not the new Supergirl, Sasha Cady, who was supposed to have her own Supergirl movie. I believe she was in The Flash. I haven't seen it because it got shit all over, but I want to watch it because Tim Burton is back in it in Batman, so I should be watching that. But I never have watched it. She was Supergirl in that, and she was supposed to get her own Supergirl movie with Tim Burton, or not with Tim Burton, with Did I say Tim Burton in the last one? Sorry, I meant fucking Batman, the original Batman.
Michael Keaton.
Michael fucking Keaton.
Okay.
I'm very bad when I say it. Michael Keaton and her.
Chiwetel is how you pronounce the other name.
What?
Chiwetel.
Chiwetel. Okay. Any good with the second name?
Yeah, I'll tell you now. Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Anyway, she filmed the Supergirl movie. It was pretty much finished, and they shelved it because of the whole.
Oh
DC
yeah.
reboot. So there is out there a Michael Keaton movie with her as Supergirl that is never going to get released, and then she got recast for the new Supergirl.
Okay.
And we saw at the end of the new Superman being all drunk and wobbly and shit.
And fun.
Her movie's coming out soon enough as well. Anyway, back to The Exorcist. Filming on the movie has already begun. The project is part of the ongoing revival of the Exorcist franchise that originally began with 1973 classic directed by William Friedkin. The original film, obviously, we all know, is about a young girl being possessed by an entity and priests who attempt to save her. They're hoping for a release in March 2027.
Oh, decent.
The only thing I have here is basically the same issue I have with Scream at the moment.
What can you do
How
with
do you
it?
freshen this one up?
You make the person possessed a young boy instead of a young girl. Because that's what they usually do. Yeah, let's just swap the sexes.
But
It's fine.
I don't know where we go with The Exorcist to make it new again, because
See, they're trying to
outside
do
of
with the last one with bringing in different religions.
yeah, and but the thing about it is, right, the original Exorcist works because it's the original, and nobody
Hadn't
else
been done properly.
had
like that,
pushed
no.
an Exorcist, a possession movie to that limit before,
But
right?
was there a psychological movie, like you said, to that limit
No.
before? One that fucks with your head?
Not really. Even when I was learning about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the movie that everybody goes back to, the kind of was the opener, the kickoff point for this 70s dark horror fucking period where you got stuff like The Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Omen, and so on and so forth, is Night of the Living Dead, which was 1968, and everybody kind of pinpoints that as being the first really graphic dark movie where there was kind of no solution at the end. It was nihilistic. It was, the end of everything, and we're not going to explain to you why, or we're not going to give you a happy ending or a packaged ending.
Yeah.
It's going to be left open. So that was kind of the kickoff point for all these fucking movies. But The Exorcist, I feel like they obviously did an Exorcist 3. They managed to do something fresh, something new, something cool, and that was great.
Yeah.
But where do we go now? No, I have a lot of faith
In
in
Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan.
Absolute Mike Flanagan, sorry. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I mean, there is, and I mean, you look at names like Scarlett Johansson, Lawrence Fishburne, John Leguizamo. These are people who aren't going to put their name to a bad script either.
And even if it wasn't a great
know.
script, I'd have faith in Flanagan as well to manage to, if not creep you out, scare the pants off you. Do you know what I mean? He's done a lot that.
Well,
stays
his
with me.
hope is to go more atmospheric with it and more kind of
Like Haunted of Hill House kind of thing.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, look, again, open-minded. Let's see what he comes out with. But it's just, it's a hard franchise to get right. It's hard. There's a reason why they keep making sequels to things like Star Wars and Scream. Because we all understand that going back trying to remake the originals isn't going to work. Not in these senses of these great fucking big movies.
No.
And it's the same here. You can't really go back and redo the original Exorcist again because it is what it is. It's the same with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Stop trying to go backwards. Let's go forward with the story and see what we get. Well, even when they tried to do that, they fucked that up, but they also erased everything that happened between the first and the last.
But it seems to be very specific to the horror genre of this was a great movie way back when. Let's try and remake it. I mean, you don't see it happen with Gone with the Wind. You don't see it happen with Wizard of Oz. There's a lot of the big great movies.
Wizard of Oz has been remade more times than I can fucking
It
count.
has had
under
sequels.
fancier names, Amy. Under fancier names.
No, it's had sequels. It's had hang on now 2 seconds.
Yeah, but it's just been on the same story every fucking time, isn't it? You're rather looking at it from a different point of view, really.
Really? Would you say that?
I don't know because I haven't watched any of them.
I can't find one.
I haven't watched a single one. I've seen the original. I've seen the original sequel when I was a child. In both cases, I have not seen any of them since.
The sequel was brilliant.
See, at the same time, it could feel like there's a lot of them out there because it is parodied so often.
Oh, well, yeah. Like what's being made now with The Wizard of Oz, Wicked is a 2-parter prequel. Do you know that? It is a prequel. You get their background.
What about the Franco one? Where does that land?
That's also a prequel. It's before. It's called Oz the Great and Powerful because it's before The Wizard of Oz gets to Oz.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We're just. I think it's a tough task. It's a hard job to do to make another Exorcist and make it work. It's so far. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 6 of them. Am I right there? We got 1, 2, and 3. Then you got the 2 prequels with Skarsgård, which is
Basically just one.
the same
Same
movie
thing, yeah.
redone because they didn't like how it worked. So that's 5, and then you have the one that came out a couple years ago, 6. And out of those 6, 2 of them are good.
I enjoyed Skarsgård's.
The second one is okay. People don't like it. I actually don't mind it all that much.
What's The Exorcist 2 or the second Skarsgård?
There's Exorcist 2.
Oh no, I liked that with the where she had a thing on.
Ones, to be honest with you,
We can agree to disagree.
it goes too more. But again, it's too much action, not enough demonic, scary like it was supposed to.
No,
be,
I get it.
Which is I think why they actually went away and redid it again, because they wanted more kind of scary in it and kind of push that direction. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Look, again, just like Scream, this is one that I'm going to hold back, wait and see, and just be happy that I'm getting more.
Yeah.
If it turns out to be a suck, we'll throw it on the suck list and move on. If it throws on to be good, that means great, we're going to get more.
Yeah.
You know? Speaking of Scream, Kevin Williamson is now in the world of Universal's legendary movie
This makes
monsters.
me nervous, if I'm being very honest.
He is going to do a television spin. It was revealed he's currently writing a TV series set within the Universal Monster universe, bringing characters like Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, and the Wolfman back to the screen in a fresh way. Think Dawson's Creek, except with monsters.
Yay.
Williamson described the project as something along the lines of an adult Vampire Diaries. I thought Vampire Diaries was an adult show.
So did
I never watched it.
Am I thinking of True Blood, maybe?
Generally, Buffy was where I stopped with vampire fucking shows, to be
You
honest.
see, my thing is when you start bringing in all the Universal monsters into the one TV show, sometimes I find, because it's been done, like, you know, like Penny Dreadful, that was done so beautifully, though, because it was set in Victorian kind of times and the whole thing is dark. This makes me nervous because it has a lot of potential to be cheesy.
Well,
Too cheesy, not cheesy in a good
thing.
way. Yeah.
So he's suggesting the show will mix classic horror mythology with character-driven drama and relationships. The series will explore a world where several of Universal's iconic creatures coexist, allowing Williamson to play with the mythology of these famous monsters while developing a modern story around them. I don't want it modernized.
I don't want it modernized. I don't need it modernized.
I
It
like
sounds
them
like
being
One
classic.
Tree Hill.
I like my classic monsters staying in their classic setting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to see Dracula in the fucking hood. I don't want to see fucking...
Unless it's an off-the-wall comedy.
Yeah, I don't want to see how Frankenstein deals with AI. You know, I just don't... These aren't things on... But at the same time, feels like today's slogan, let's just wait and see what happens and enjoy it.
Give him a chance, but I will go into it reserved. Do you know,
So, I mean, Universal monster characters, including Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, the Invisible Man, the creature from the Black Lagoon, were originally introduced in films during the 1930s through to the 50s, forming one of the earliest examples of a shared cinematic universe long before Marvel made the concept mainstream. Modern attempts to revive these monsters together, such as the short-lived Dark Universe launched with The Mummy in 2017, have struggled to gain traction. Well, maybe you shouldn't have put a fucking idiot Scientologist in the fucking main fucking feature of The Mummy when all we really wanted
was Brendan Fraser.
Fraser back. That would have fixed all your problems right there.
And Rachel Weisz, and now we're getting it. Yay.
Williamson's new series represents another attempt to bring these horror icons back into a connected modern setting, this time through long-form television instead of blockbuster movies. Okay, I mean...
It could be good. It could be fantastic.
Psycho.
It could be amazing. I mean...
Bates Motel.
You mentioned Penny Dreadful. I had to give that 2 goals.
And Bates Motel did the modern fucking telling of a classic story with a lot of teen drama and adult drama mixed in with it. So, I mean, and look, let's face it, right? We might be down on the Scream ending, but
it doesn't mean he's
when we look at Kevin Williamson's track record, it's generally positive.
Are we going to be going into it though as like a whodunit Dracula?
Yeah. I know what you did last summer, Sick, Scream. I mean, for a lot of fucking people or a little bit older than us, Dawson's Creek was a fucking huge TV show. Regardless of whether it's for us or not, it wasn't. It was for teens at that era. We were just beyond it. We were just a little too early for it. You have to, you know yourself. If you were of age at the time Dawson's Creek came out, is probably one you would have watched.
I don't know, because I never watched anything like The OC or One Tree Hill or anything like that, because it never interested me. So there's something about the teenage dramas that just didn't hold my attention.
I was more into teenage sitcoms.
Sitcoms, yeah, but these I
Saved
don't
by
know.
the
It
Bell, shit
never.
like that.
I'm gonna stand up and close that door. Our dog is gonna knock everything.
Anyway, there's no release window yet. He was given time to finish off Scream before he went back to this. So they left him finish that off. Don't know what that means for Scream 8 when it comes to writing and directing. Who's in charge of that now? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, because as far as I've heard already, Scream 8 is to be expected like next year sometime.
Okay, that's decent.
But we'll have to wait and see. No, another one I wasn't expecting to see,
Ooh.
but is turning up. And no, could you creak any more on that? I hope your microphone ain't
It
picking that
doesn't
up.
burn-
We're
it
gonna
doesn't
have
pick
to
it up.
oil you.
Oil me.
So a new horror entry connected to the Megan universe has officially received a rating, which is a good sign for a release, because we heard once Megan 2 flop that this was off the table for
R
the time being.
rating.
So yeah,
Nice.
the upcoming sci-fi horror thriller Soulmate has been given an R rating by the Motion Picture Association for strong violent score, sexual content, graphic nudity, and language, immediately setting it apart from the previous Megan films, which were both rated PG-13. Now, I originally heard that this was supposed to be almost like a kind of call on dating apps. It's not. What this
Sounds like Companion.
sounds like Companion, Subservient, and Chucky, the Child's Play AI remake, all mixed into one. The film is a spin-off set in the same artificial intelligence world established by Megan, but this story leans into darker and more mature territory. The plot follows a grieving man who purchased an advanced AI android designed to be the perfect companion after the death of his wife. In trying to create a truly sentient partner, he accidentally turns the love bot into something far more dangerous, a possessive machine that becomes violently obsessed with him. Child's Play the remake.
Child's Play.
Early descriptions of the film compare it to Fatal Attraction with robots, blending erotic thriller elements with violent sci-fi horror. Now, to be fair, if I had seen Andy fuck Chucky in the movie, I probably would have left the cinema, so it will be different in that way. The android becomes so fixated on its owner that it begins eliminating anyone it sees as a threat to their relationship, turning the story into a deadly spiral of jealousy and obsession. It is literally the Child's Play remake, except in a more adult graphic tone.
Yeah.
The movie is directed by Kate Dolan, who did You Are Not My Mother, from a script by Raphael Jordan, with Dolan also contributing in rewrites. The story was created by James Wan and Ingrid Bizu and Jordan. Wan and Jason Blum are producing the film through their companies Atomic Monster and Blumhouse, continuing their collaboration following the merger of the two horror powerhouses. Casts include Lily Sullivan from Evil Dead Rises, David Rizdal,
I think so.
from Fargo and Oppenheimer, and Claudia Dummett from The Boys. Who's Claudia Dummett from The Boys?
I'm going to have a look. Lily Sullivan was also in The Righteous Gemstones. Claudia Dummett is...
Who was Lily Sullivan in The Righteous Gemstones?
I'll show now in 2 seconds. She's the head popper.
Girl, right.
I think she might have been...
Was she not the sister of
Yeah.
the main character from Vikings?
That's
Amy,
her.
the light. This is what I gotta work with here.
Sorry.
This is what
I
I
gotta
got
stand
work
up
with.
again. But in fairness, everything's plugged into my laptop.
Oh, Christ. Welcome to Faulty Towers. How may I help you? Anyway, the originally planned for January 2026 theatrical release. Therefore, just sit down and stop moving, will you? Jesus Christ, I'm going to have to strap you in.
I
Between
didn't
the fucking dog and the
Did
light.
you want me to leave the light there? Or did you want me to stand up and fix it? Because if you want me to leave things fall when they fall... I'll leave them on the
Originally
floor.
planned for January 2026, this has not gotten a release date yet because of the underperformance of Megan 2.0. But the rating does suggest that it will surface in theaters or streaming in the near future.
Okay.
So we should see it. Now, next up is Wolf Creek Legacy. And this is one that I only started thinking about this week because I have never seen Wolf Creek. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fucking fan of werewolf movies. And when I saw Wolf Creek, I assumed this was a werewolf movie. And I have been avoiding it ever since. I mean, I've only watched American Werewolf in London lately, like in the last 2 years.
You haven't even watched Dog Soldiers.
And I liked the American Werewolf in London. I did.
Mm.
I enjoyed that movie, but it was different to what I expected it to be. I'm just not a big werewolfy guy. I'm not a big monster guy, to be honest. I like my fucking slasher killers. I like my paranormal, but when it comes to like vampires and monsters and werewolves and stuff like that, I think because of the universal tie, I always see it in that black and white kind of cheesiness of, the Wolfman meets Frankenstein kind of shit,
Do you know what, though? The fact that it's Australian kind of sells me straight away.
Oh, no, this sounds terrifying. It sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, we have two movies and a TV show, the 2 seasons of a TV show to catch up with this. So production has officially begun on Wolf Creek Legacy, the long-awaited third installment in the brutal Australian slasher franchise, and the first image of returning killer Mick Taylor has now been revealed. The photo confirms that John Jarrett is back in the role of the sadistic outback predator who terrorized victims in both the original films and later TV series. The project has had a long road to the screen. It was originally announced several years ago as Wolf Creek 3 with Rochelle, I think. Rochelle Wiggins attached to direct, but the film eventually changed direction and is now moving forward under the title Wolf Creek Legacy with Sean Lahiff, I think. Who previously worked as the editor of Wolf Creek 2.
Gotta brush up on your names.
I know. Today is a great show. We're doing so well. Stepping in as director, the story once again sends unsuspecting travelers into the deadly territory of the Australian outback. The plot centers on an American family on a dream vacation in Australia who unknowingly wander into the hunting grounds of Mick Taylor. Now, the rest of this is actually giving away a lot of the story, and I'm not going to bother telling you what that story is, because fuck that, I'm not going to ruin it for you. Essentially, he goes hunting again, and this American family are getting it. The cast looks big. Ditch Davy, that's gotta be an Australian. I don't give a shit what you say. Ditch Davy is definitely
I will
Australian.
have a look for you.
Laura Gordon, Stacey Coulson, Charlie Penton, Annie Finster, Meg Fraser, Carlos Sanson
Who
Jr.,
is Australian, Carlos.
Maria Tatil, Connor Pullinger, and Michael Tang, with several younger characters expected to play major roles in the survival style.
Ditch Davy is an Italian actor. No, I'm joking. He's Australian.
I knew it. No one named Ditch and not from Australia outback. So filming is currently taking place in South Australia. Distribution in North America will be handled by Cineverse and its horror division Bloody Disgusting, which are planning a wide theatrical release for the film once production is complete. McLean has promised a new installment will push the franchise further than ever, teasing a story that is bigger, darker, and more relentless while continuing the legacy of one of horror's most infamous killers stalking victims across the unforgiving outback. I think that might be our Friday night movie this week. Friday night, we like to sit down and watch a couple of movies. It's a
tradition.
We watch movies every night.
But we were able to unwind and we're able to,
Work is put aside, podcasts put aside, and we just sit down to watch something new.
That's why I look forward to Friday evenings, pizzas and movies.
Yeah, pizza, junk food, and movies.
Yep.
Last, a little bit of news before we hit with the Scream 7 review. And the Scream 7 review is going to be spoiler-ish. Not full spoiler, but it will give away hints. But then again, if you listen to the start of this episode, it's not going to give away anything more than I've already given you.
Probably put a warning up.
Terrifier 4 update. The next chapter in the ultra-gory Terrifier franchise is officially moving forward, with creator Damien Leone confirming that Terrifier 4 is now close to entering pre-production.
Nice.
Leone revealed that the script for the sequel is nearly finished, and if everything stays on track, he hopes to begin pre-production in spring 2026, which is now. Leone shared the update directly to fans to clear up rumors circulating online. According to the filmmaker, this script is one of the most important he has written, both creatively and emotionally, because of how much story it has to resolve for the long-running slasher saga. I hope he doesn't try to jam too much into one movie. I would prefer 2 movies as opposed to an oversaturated, an overpacked one movie. No, I don't. 2.5 hours was too long for Terrifier 2.
Yeah.
I love Terrifier 2. Probably my favorite in the franchise. But by the time we get to the Terrifier ride near the end, I am fucking looking at my clock, kind of going, how much longer is this going to go for? You know?
Yeah.
So I would hope that he doesn't try to overpack this.
But he said himself the Terrifier 2 is a bit long, didn't he?
Yeah, I would prefer a kind of a Deathly Hallows kind of fucking scenario where it's like part 1, part 2, Terrifier 4, part 1, part 2, Kill Bill, 1, 2. Do that if you have to. Split it into 2 parts and give it us over 2 years, film it at the same time, whatever.
You make twice the amount of money.
Anyway, he emphasized that the cast, crew, and fans who have supported the series from the beginning deserve a finale that delivers something unforgettable. The upcoming film is expected to dig deeper into the mythology of Art the Clown, the silent and sadistic killer played by David Howard Thornton. Leone has previously hinted that the movie will finally reveal Art's origin story, with the backstory reportedly unfolding early in the film before building towards what the director has described as an extremely wild finale. The franchise has grown massively since its humble beginnings. Leone shot the original Terrifier on a shoestring budget of around $55,000, while Terrifier 2 made for just over $250,000, and it became a surprise theatrical success, earning over $15 million worldwide. The most recent installment, Terrifier 3, reportedly had a budget in the multi-million-dollar range and pulled in more than $76 million at the box office, making it the biggest hit of the series so far. Leone has suggested that Terrifier 4 may serve as a final chapter in the current story.
So we get a different storyline.
Yeah, there's nothing to say that this is the end of Terrifier. It's just the end of this arc.
Yeah.
The director has said he doesn't want the franchise to wear out its welcome, and he's already has an ending mapped out for Art the Clown's story. At the moment, there's no official release date, but if pre-production begins this year as planned, the 4th film could move into filming not long afterward. Now, I would say that, look, it's horror. They all come back. Every movie gets a final chapter. It's usually around 4 or 5, and then there's a new beginning. So I would say that after 4, we probably don't get a Terrifier again for a number of years, and then it'll pop back up.
That's true.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm looking forward.
Oh, definitely.
Obviously.
I need to see the origin stories. I need to see if I'm right about her dad.
Yeah, well, we'll find out eventually.
I thought we'd be fucking finding out this year.
If it's not the end of this year, it'll be sometime in the start. I suppose they'll hold it till Halloween, won't they? I don't know. I would prefer that they take their time and do a good movie.
Oh, I'm the same. I'm just excited for it as well.
So, let's finish things off today with our Scream 7 review. I didn't bother doing this last week because I didn't want to get too much into it, but here it is.
Go for it.
No. A 97 million opening weekend, smashing the early 30 to 40 million projections, proved one thing immediately. This franchise still has cultural muscle. The appetite for Ghostface hasn't faded. If anything, appreciation hit a fever pitch and the film starts strong. Leads hard into long-running conspiracy theory that Stu Macher survived the events of 1996. For longtime fans, that thread has been dangling since Scream 3, teased, joked about, debated endlessly. Building the narrative around Sydney Prescott, now Sydney Evans, living as a mother to a 17-year-old daughter, Tatum, played by Isabella May, gives the story emotional stakes right out the gate. Legacy meets vulnerability. It feels promising, but here's where the wheels wobble. Scream has always been about the reveal, the motive, the connections to the larger mythology, Billy's manipulation, Mrs. Loomis's revenge, Roman's hidden lineage, Jill's fame obsession, even the requel killers tied into the fandom culture. The franchise thrives when the unmasking recontextualizes everything. This time it doesn't. The AI angle feels undercooked, more gimmick than commentary. The killers themselves barely share 10 minutes of screen time, have no meaningful connection to the wider lore, and ultimately boil down to plain crazies with paper-thin reasoning tied to Sydney's absence in New York during Scream 6. It's underwhelming in a franchise build on layered motivations. There's also a noticeable lack of depth in the teen arcs. On reflection, it seems intentional. Each teen loosely mirrors past killer archetypes to misdirect attention from the adult culprits. It's clever in theory, but in practice it leaves those characters feeling thin rather than tragic. That said, it's not a total loss. Joel McHale brings weight and grounded energy as Mac. Isabella May is strong as Tatum, carrying both vulnerability and edge. And Gail, Chad, and Mindy still work well within the ensemble. And the kills, brutal, inventive. Some of the franchise's most aggressive choreography yet. Yes, at times it almost feels like a meta look who came crawling back moment for Kevin Williamson and Nev Campbell, winking at fan theories while sidestepping them, but the box office guarantees screaming. Saying that unless the next reveal hits harder, word of mouth may not carry it the same way. Ghostface survives, but the motives need sharpening. This movie is currently in the cinemas and is sure to hit Paramount Plus in the coming months. So go check it out now if you want, or wait a few months and don't pay anything extra because you're probably paying for Paramount Plus already.
Yes, that's true.
Either fucking way. It's worth watching.
Would you go to the cinema?
Bring yourself down a few pegs before you go in there. I don't go in there expecting too much. And that's it for this week, I think.
Sure
I
is.
think we are done. So you can check out everything on the Horrorverse Network on Patreon for $5 a month, 7-day free trial. That's the live action, mini monsters, Play with Bones, Celebrity Rap Sheet, Real Talk with the Doctor, Amy Rose photo drops, everything. It's all there.
Yep.
For just $5 a month. Check it out free now. And you can catch Amy every Monday on Twitch at Amy Rose 9. She is going from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Irish time. Work that out yourself in all your individual countries. We'll be back next week with more tales from the Horrorverse. See you all then. Same live time. Same Horrorverse channel. Okay. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.